welcome.
Have they seen them?
Yep, but you can show him to say hi.
Where is it on your computer?
This one.
Oh, this came. Okay, oh, nobody's on yet?
It's Moses. I just started.
Oh, wait a second. There's only one person.
Okay. A little bit of Monica in my life. A little bit of Tito by my side. I used to date a Tito. Back in the day when he reminds me of a girl. Who was the singer? Who was the singer back then? Jodeci. Anyway, say hi, Moses.
Say hello.
Hi, Moses. With his cute little tortoise legs.
Yeah. He got the red legs.
He doesn't got weird legs.
He got red legs.
Oh, he's got beautiful legs. He's the love of my life. Him and Sheldon.
And Max and Kessel.
And Max and Kessel. And Lucy. All the other animals. Yes. All of them. All of the lights in here, baby. Extra bright, you can see this. All right. So let's do the unveiling of Earthbound Oracle. And then
Should I put him near his food?
And then I want to do a reading. Yes. Put him near his food.
Put him on his rock. It's not too hot. It's like warm.
Yeah, that's exactly how it's supposed to feel. Sheldon. Did he come out yet?
No, his head's still out though. Sheldon, come here, buddy. I don't want to get my feet dirty because I already showered.
Huh?
So I don't want to get my feet dirty because I already showered.
You want to push his watermelon maybe a little closer?
Yeah,
is it flat against the cardboard?
Yeah.
The dish?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, he'll climb in and go for it when he's ready. I'm hoping he'll
Why would he climb in it?
Because they
should have gotten a flat one.
Climb in their food. Well, I could put it on the slate, but there's a couple fruit flies lingering, so I'm not trying to make a slate all sticky. But I do want to stop putting both their foods on slate because Sheldon's beak. Okay.
Sheldon, come here.
All right, let's do Earthbone. And then, like I said, I want to get to a reading.
Okay, Jode's coming. Probably like after we leave. I don't know if he'll be here still, but she's coming to use my curling iron. But she's babysitting first.
Yeah, what does she have planned? She asked for tights.
I don't know, I forget. But she asked to use my curler, so she was coming here to use it because I brought it back with me.
Are you sleeping here tonight?
Okay.
Probably. All right. Y'all ready for this? Let's do this. Emotional awakening, intuition, following your heart.
Sheldon.
Prosperity, wealth, contentment, abundance. Yeah, I dried out my rosemary the other day in the oven. It's in my tinfoil, ready to go. furrow, exhaustion, questioning, motivations, realignment.
Moses is going in his white thing. The
Okay.
white thing. Don't worry about his food all over.
Okay. Do you want to bring him over here to say hi real quick? Sorry guys, hopefully last interruption. But we can't leave out Sheldon.
We can't even fit in the camera.
Hey buddy. Hey buddy bear. Is your my buddy?
Say hello.
Hello. Oh. Heart. 17. Actually, it's almost
Did the cats try and go in here? That is
an 8 or a 7. No. 11. 2. Contemplation, search for the truth, inner guidance. He's pretty cool. Adversity, 29. 11. Hard work, diligence, progress.
Oh.
Surrender, letting go, trust, expansion. 5, 23. Fate, alignment, decisive moments, opportunistic events. Crossed, choices, searching for purpose, daydreaming. 4 or 13. Seven or 34.
Why does Sheldon have the smaller phone?
Ascension, transformation, end of cycles, beginnings. Because Moses can get stuck in that bowl.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought about that the other day. 27 or 9. Freedom, release, reclaiming your power.
You're trying to go back to your home, but you're gonna walk around here.
Yeah, this deck is great. It's all about the honor of the concepts of rebirth and transformations. Enchanter, 22 or 4. Self-evaluation, awakening purpose. Oh, she's massive, huh? Three or 21. Flow, recovery, moving on, finding peace. 16 or 7. Uncover, nostalgia, memory, sentimentality. 15 or 6. Migration, intuition, adventure, and freedom.
Go ahead.
Faith, 14 or 5. Hope, inspiration, rejuvenation. She's pretty. Trinity, I almost said Trinidad. A 3, balancing decisions, priorities, adapting to change. Number 2, we got Sage. We have harmony, acceptance, and patience. That's pretty. I like the 2. The Stand, we have a number 4 or 40. Courage, determination, faithfulness. I like that. She's actually a human. I think all the other ones have been skulls. Spectres, 35 or 7. Discernment, critical thinking, or insight. Time, 20 or number 2. Planning, making decisions, taking risk. Prudence, number 30 or 3. Self-insurance, integrity, clear-mindedness. Something about her. The key, 26 or 8. Inner calling, clarity, and intention. (28) or 10 or 1. Opportunity, prosperity, and a new adventure. I like the vulture. Yeah, I thought they were great messages as well. The warrior, number 5. I almost said or 50. That's strange. Inner strength, clarity, and presence. Mia, can you get me a juice on the bottom shelf in the fridge? Actually, it's on the side shelf all the way down. All the way down.
Yeah, grape or what?
I'm going to do the grape, babe, please.
Can I? Is this one of these mine? Because I haven't had them yet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't plug it in water. I put it in there.
Thank you.
Cool. Probably gonna need some more water since I stuffed it all. Come on, he's gonna need more water. I'm gonna go upstairs.
Okay.
I have to leave at 12:30. No wonder.
Okay. I love you. We have beloved, love, reciprocity, intertwinement. 24 or 6. Serpent, 32 or 5. Rebirth, unconditionality, and non-conformity. I like that. Blood moon, number 8. Illusion, uncertainty, narcissism. That cocky little smile on that one. Focus. What's under my nail? Lotion. 19 or 10. Peacefulness, receptivity, but it's receptiveness and manifestation. That's cool, huh? Goes a green outfit. I want to say tights, but I think it's her skin. 39, 9, 10, 11, 12, or 3. That's weird. It took me a minute for that one. Originality, idealism, progression. I like the door. I like the door. Portal. Meadow, success, blessings, positivity. 42 or a 6. Conjure, 31 or 4. Higher self, fertility, creativity. Wow. That one speaks volume. Apprentice, we got a number 4, higher education, beliefs, wisdom. Oh, it's another woman. It's not a skull. So it's the second one. But no skull. They got a face. We got the rider, number 3, or a 12, movement, quick decisions, progress. Trying to pick up on the horse's vibe, which is interesting because it is all about the Ghost Rider. Almost looks like lips right there too. And then pull to the mouth. Shelter, number 1, growth, spiritual growth, accountability, healing. Shadow, 37, or 1, wholeness, integration, repressed emotions. 2 faces, but got the white eyes. Must be the glare from my window. Just the daylight itself. Visionary. This card is definitely thicker. Making sure there's not one stuck. That's weird. Number 9, confidence, passion, self-worth. This card is so much thicker than the other ones. Clearly with the manufacturing. A lot of different colors in this card. Pastels. I can feel the hesitation here though. So I don't know if that's like current hesitation with you guys. I didn't try to even read any of the other cards. I wasn't even trying to read this one. Oh my God, just the feeling of this card is different. But it's like, I got this at the same time. Got the owl, number 9 or 36, wisdom, independent thinking, and enlightenment. Oh, I like the moon on that one. The nest, number 5 or 41, clarity, generosity, gratitude. Roots, number 10, ancestry, legacy, tradition. That speaks volumes too. Number 10 or a 1, you got a 9 or an 18, the sorcerer, ambition, willpower, creation. Almost reminds me of a skull of a tortoise or a lizard. Four hands, 4 arms. It's an interesting card. Leave it to the sorcerer. You got the pack, 38 or an 11 or a 2. Inner work, deep connections, soul tribes. This is the first card I was able to break down in 3 different numbers though. So that's interesting. She looks happy as pig and shit. She's like, hi, baby. Come give me some loving. They're all so happy. Last but not least, 33, you got the beast. Or number 6, conflict, competition, and oppression. Like the moon back there with the trees. Okay. Now, I really don't know which deck to use, or if I should do, well, can't really do both because I wanted to do the 6-card spread here. Which deck's there? All right, we're gonna go to the original one. I want to give you one overall message here because I can't help myself. All right. All right. So, what you hope for, what must be eliminated. What does that say? What must be taken into account. Actions to undertake. 4 and 5 are going to mesh. Number 6, external guidance. So, let me just put the juice away. I'm not big on juice, but when I do drink juice, I feel like it's a commercial. I'm not big on something, but when I do, I use or I take all right. Oh, I still have to connect. Remember I had that whole connection, then I had you guys connect. Connect. Oh. All right, let me try to connect. It's going down. Yeah. Going to the underworld, guys. It is what it is. It's been a long day without you, my friend. Okay. This is deep. So we are going to be working with the underwater gods, goddesses. But these are like, it's the life you've had with people before. They're like glad to see you again. And if you think about it, I typically work with, well, I know I work with other gods, but like, I don't typically work with the underworld. And I'm not like underworld as in like darker energy, guys. Like it's the underworld. It's under the sea. Okay. Like it's a good vibe. It's not a bad vibe. It's just there's a lot of emotion here because it's new for you and it's new for me. And I remember saying to you guys, like, I just got 3 more decks, and I'm like, but I'm switching to the other channel. It's not going to take a tarot, but I'm like, why am I, 3 new decks but this channel, it's not an ending to this channel, but like with us connecting to these decks, it's a new beginning for us, which is exciting. But this is the first time that I am connecting with the underworld, the goddesses of water. So I'm gonna have to educate myself more. Okay. When it comes to these energies. Damn, whoever this is to you guys, miss the fuck out of you. Okay, I don't know what that is all about, but this was your tribe at one time. It's something deep. Okay, so it's like they're so happy, like you're coming home. We all think like coming home is like going into like different dimensions, but like this is, it's a different type of coming home. So again, like this is new for me because the gods, the sky, the galaxy is what I've been working with. I've been told by other people too, I've always had the ability to connect with the water gods. I don't know why I've never taken advantage of that. My own hesitation, but I have no idea why. I just was told I have access to all 7 sisters. Is that in reference to like, what's that in reference to, guys? Like, is it just 7 gods or is there 7 sisters of the sea? Anybody know what that is? Yeah, see, like I know this is where's my phone? This is new to me. Like it might even be new to us. Because we don't typically work with this energy. Who are their 7 sisters of the sea? I don't know if it's all of the sea though. Myths and legends. Oh, well, that's okay. Oh, okay. There's a whole bunch. Ariel has 7 sisters. And I did sing Under the Sea. But like, I want it like in mythological. The sun with 7 sisters. So are they... So was this Little Mermaid based on a mythological story? Without me even knowing that? The 7 gods, the Pleiadians, and I do work with the Pleiadian energy. The Pleiadians are the 7 daughters of the Titan and the god Atlas, in the ocean of the Nith. During an ancient war. Zeus. Hi, Max. Max, did you just want to say hi to everybody? Say hi, buddy. Okay, so apparently I have access to all 7 of these sisters. It was Poseidon that told me New World Order. So I guess I wish the Little Mermaid wouldn't come into this story. Their parents were Atlas and Titan, commanded by the god Zeus to hold up Earth. The legend of the 7 sisters. Greek mythology, the Pleiades were the 7 daughters of Titan and Atlas. He was forced to hold up the sky for eternity, and was therefore unable to protect his daughters. To save the sisters from being raped by the hunter, Orion Zeus transformed them into stars. So Orion Zeus transformed them into stars. I don't know. This tribe, like, I think we think of the Pleiades energy as just galaxy. I think for me, it's like it's kind of like a wake up call, guys. You know that the sea is linked to the galaxy, the skies, and I don't think people really look at it like that. Clearly, I mean, we know there's a link, right? But like, not the way my brain is kind of putting this together. So this is interesting. It's almost like they're saying like welcome home. If you want to post that link for me, Divine Timing, that would be fabulous. Yeah, but I'm still thinking of somebody else. Apparently, I was told I can work with the Seven Sisters, but I'm still thinking of somebody else though. Like, I don't know if it's hermaphrodite or not. Like, hermaphrodite. Sexual love, beauty, Venus. Oh, I think I'm thinking of Persephone. Persephone? But isn't she the goddess of spring? No, the queen of the underworld. Okay, this is who I was thinking of when I couldn't figure it out either. This is the daughter of Zeus. The harvest and fertility. The maiden. She grew up a lovely girl, attracting attention and many gods. I think this is who I'm working with right now, is Persephone. Yeah, the Greek goddess of agriculture, vegetation, especially grain, the wife of Hades, the ruler of the underworld. Various occult themes, reincarnation and ghosts. Fate and fabled Persephone, beginning of life and destruction. Hold on. I wish it wasn't a cartoon, but let me see.
Our planet needs our help. The Earthshot Prize recognizes and rewards innovators who are working to solve our greatest environmental challenges. Join us for an evening of innovation, inspiration, and music as we celebrate those who are saving our planet. It's time for the 2023 Earthshot Prize.
In ancient Greece, the changing seasons depended on a magnificent mother and daughter duo named Demeter and Persephone. The bringers of food and fair weather, these golden goddesses were worshipped in lush harvest celebrations. But their story has a darker side, one involving violence, tragic compromise, and a bittersweet resurrection, revealing the true depths of a mother-daughter bond and important information about the environment, gender, and the cycle of life and death in ancient Greece. As the goddess of agriculture, Demeter spent her time not on Mount Olympus, but wandering farms and fields. She had one child with Zeus, a wheaten-haired goddess known as Kore, or the girl, who would later become Persephone. While Zeus played the part of absent father, classic, Kore was always by her mother's side. But as she grew into a kind and lively young woman, she was being watched from afar. One day, Kore was picking wildflowers with the water nymph Cyan when the ground began to shake beneath their feet. A jagged crack tore through the earth, belching noxious smoke and enveloping the women. As the smoke
I don't know. Just Spirit wants me to watch this real quick. I don't know that much about Persephone.
Before Cyan could react, Hades grabbed Kore and descended back down into the underworld.
They're saying I know a lot about Persephone.
Most of the older versions portray Kore's
So
kidnapping
it's
as
just
a moment of sexual violence,
wisdom.
and Hades, who was also Persephone's uncle, as a predator. Later versions revise this dynamic. Some omit references to abuse in translation, while others portray Hades as a lonely god whom Kore eventually comes to love. What's clear is that Kore was taken to the underworld without her consent, resulting in chaos for both gods and mortals. At the scene of the crime, Cyan wept, her tears falling so fast that she became one with the river. By the time Demeter realized her daughter was missing, Kore and Cyan were nowhere to be found. Distraught, Demeter sought help on Mount Olympus. Many gods had witnessed the abduction, but Zeus himself had set it in motion. Without Kore's consent or Demeter's knowledge, he had granted Hades his daughter's hand in marriage.
I'm sorry if it's 8 minutes long. I'm sorry if this seems boring, but I mean, we're working with Persephone right now, so this is important.
He had even instructed Gaia, the earth goddess, to make particularly stunning flowers grow that day in order to lure Kore to the spot. Cowed by Zeus's authority, the other gods stayed silent. And so Demeter lit her torches from the volcanic fires of Mount Etna, saddled twin dragons to her chariot, and searched alone. Day and night she looked for Kore, crossing land and sea without stopping for rest. In her absence, the crops grew fallow. Plants withered and died, color seeped from the flowers, and mortals began to go hungry. Ever imperious, Zeus ordered Demeter to return to her duties. Unsurprisingly, she refused. Eventually, Demeter came to the site of Persephone's abduction. Reduced to a pool of water, Cyan had lost.
See, I didn't even know Persephone was
But
abducted.
she had retained a key piece of evidence for the goddess. Demeter spotted Kore's hair ribbon floating in the water. Clutching the ribbon, she sensed violence. And
First of all, can you guys hear this? Because I really think like this is part of like this could be even part of like your past life or something. Thank you for that link. So can you hear this clearly? Yes. Okay.
but did not yet know where her daughter was trapped. Meanwhile, deep under the earth, across the river Styx and through the gloomy realms of hell, Kore was fighting her own battle. Hades expected her to serve as his wife, but she rejected his propositions and refused all food and drink. She knew that one bite of the food of the dead was enough to bind her to Hades forever. As she slowly began to starve, she prayed that her mother would find her soon. Finally, Demeter found the information she needed. In some reports, it was the all-seeing sun god Helios who revealed Kore's whereabouts. In others, the nymph Arethusa or the goddess of magic Hecate sounded the alarm. Armed with this knowledge, Demeter headed straight to Zeus and demanded the return of their
Part
daughter.
like that.
However, it was too late. Zeus informed Demeter that Kore had eaten pomegranate seeds down in the underworld. Again, accounts vary about how Kore came to eat the seeds. Some say that Hades forced her to eat the food of the underworld. Others claim she willingly ate the fruit after Hades' seduction. And there are accounts where Kore just finally gave in to her hunger and snuck a few seeds. Either way, this threatened to ensnare her forever. Of course, Demeter was not prepared to accept this. She told Zeus that she would abandon her duties forever, letting the earth grow barren and mortals go hungry. Zeus balked at this prospect, but at the same time, the laws of Hades couldn't be broken entirely. With the help of the Fates, shout out to our first episode, they reached an uneasy compromise. Kore would reside in Hades for several months, one for each seed. For the remaining months, she would be permitted to rise to the earth. This compromise provided the ancient Greeks with a frame for understanding season change. When Kore was in Hades, the land grew barren and cold as Demeter retreated in her grief.
Okay, so quick question with the underworld. Is it in the water or under the water? Because I feel like it's under the water, as if it's like another layer of Earth's core. Can anyone answer that for me? Under, so it's under the water. Okay.
The when she ascended to the earth, their joyful reunion caused the world to burst into bloom. While Corey's ascent was associated with rebirth, her descent to Hades and the coming of the winter months were inevitable. For this reason, in her adult role, Corey was commonly known as Persephone, or the bringer of destruction. Persephone stands for the bittersweet cycle of life, in which regeneration and
Like, this is my confusion. Like, in the water or a world under the water? Because I know that exists too. So in the water, like the Little Mermaid. The world under the water. But I'm also kind of being told the water, though, so this is where my confusion is. Why am I being told in the water? I mean, it's all mythology. Does anybody really know?
twin forces. The myth also has a dual message when it comes to gender roles. On the one hand, Demeter and Persephone.
Here we go with the fucking gender. I was just thinking about that today and what my next video is going to be.
While Corey's ascent was associated with rebirth, her descent to Hades and the coming of the winter months were inevitable. For this reason, in her adult role, Corey was commonly known as Persephone, or the bringer of destruction. Persephone stands for the bittersweet cycle of life, in which regeneration and decay are twin forces. The myth also has a dual message when it comes to gender roles. On the one hand, Demeter and Persephone epitomize the power of divine femininity, but this power varies depending on the source. In the Homeric hymn to Demeter, the goddess is lauded for her steely determination. But Hades also has significant sway. At times, everyone appears to be at the mercy of him and Zeus. This is also the version that Helios, another male god, informs Demeter about Persephone's fate. Ovid's metamorphoses give women a different role. Nymphs generally move the plot forward, from Cyan offering the hair ribbon to Artusa sounding the alarm. Across different versions of the myth, there's a power struggle at play between the men who appear to make the decisions and the women who subvert them. It may seem like the subversion only works to a point. Demeter does not manage to negotiate permanent freedom for her daughter, and Persephone is forced to marry a man she did not choose. This reflects real social conditions in ancient Greece. Women had little control over their affairs, with their fathers, brothers, or husbands presiding over their education, economic, and marital lives. Teenage girls could be married to much older men, including their uncles, and that's not the only parallel between...
Okay. I'm getting pulled to like the underworld, not the whole mythology of Greek. Yes, we know this is the underworld, but we're thinking the underworld, like you can breathe. It's like those photos. It's like ancient Greece, right? People walking around on land. But like I'm kind of like getting a different story, and I'm not going to argue with mythology, but Spirit's trying to get me to pick up on something here, which is a big deal. And I can't just rewrite history, guys, or just add things into the book. I mean, I guess people can, but like that's not what I'm trying to do here. But there's more to this. Like it's not. Because this is like looking at like we're walking on land, and Spirit's kind of telling me that's not how it was. I don't know what to think yet.
Ethne and ancient Greek brides. Some Greek wedding vases depict a...
I'm basically just sharing my thoughts so you can have an opinion, because we do this and then I can come to certain conclusions. It just works that way with us sometimes.
Couple riding in a chariot, or the groom leading the bride away while her mother carries a torch. These have been interpreted as echoes of Persephone's abduction, the separation of mother and daughter, and Demeter's torchlit quest. In another parallel, women who died before marriage were termed brides of Hades. In these examples, the myth of Hades and Persephone looms over rites of passage for young brides, and the broader power imbalances therein. Of course, as goddesses, Demeter and Persephone can overturn these imbalances. Demeter's formidable power over light on earth allows her to threaten and ultimately cut a deal with Zeus, while Persephone's resurrection is a triumphant moment for both mother and daughter. While in Hades, Persephone ruled over the dead as her husband's equal. Classical texts refer to her as dreaded Persephone, depicting some mortals as too afraid to utter her name. She could also set the furies on mortals that displeased her, or resurrect heroes from the dead. On Earth, she marked the turning of the seasons and the cycle of life, and was often celebrated in lavish ceremonies. Her ascent to Earth was at the center of the Eleusinian Mysteries, one of the oldest and most secretive rituals in ancient Greece. Celebrated at harvest time, these rituals occurred at Eleusis near Athens.
I hope for all these
a
women's
place
sake
that
these men had bigger
saw progress
penises.
during her search.
Just
Subsequent
saying.
interpretations of the myth have explored its gendered power dynamics in new contexts. Artists and writers have used Persephone to explore the experience of women under patriarchy throughout time, as well as the power of the mother-daughter bond. In her poem The Pomegranate, Yvonne Boland imagines her younger self as Persephone wandering through unknown worlds, before she becomes Demeter watching her own daughter grow up. There's also a flurry of texts that imagine Persephone's story as both a coming-of-age tale and a romance, from TV specials to fiction and graphic novels. Some of these rework the source material, like the episode of 90s drama Hercules, where Persephone gradually falls in love with her captor. Others paint a more complex picture. Set in our modern day, the webcomic Lore Olympus imagines Mount Olympus as a patriarchal kingdom rife with abuse. But at the heart of the story is a slow-burning love between Persephone and Hades. Whether her story is presented as violent abduction, environmental parable, coming-of-age tale, or forbidden love story, Persephone is rarely disempowered. Far from being a naive figure who either becomes enamored with Hades or functions as his victim, she is a formidable goddess in her own right. As the goddess of rebirth and a terrifying bringer of destruction, Persephone holds unique power over both the living and the dead. As Greek mythology's most important liminal figure, Persephone retains the precious balance between creation and destruction, abundance and deprivation. Year after year, she resurrects herself and single-handedly sets the cycle of life and death in motion.
Persephone, the goddess of spring, but in the book everyone touches her withered. She's not yet found her powers and doesn't know if she ever will. It's in regards to the darker power she has. Persephone and Hades is one of my favorite stories. No matter how I read it, I enjoy it. I mean, I do remember stories, but like I never got into Persephone. I had when I've spoken to readers and certain stuff, I've had some pretty profound readings, and they've always mentioned Persephone to me. Why I never pursued it, I don't know. Spirit saying I do know, but I don't know. Okay. But the underworld, I'm getting linked to water. Like, so. Oh, what the fuck? I mean, it's not the first time I've mentioned this to you. 3 or 4 years back, we've had this conversation too. And there's something with like sexual energy, but I think it has to do with the gender there. I don't want to get into that right this second. But again, like I was about to reach for my deck, and it's like welcome home or something. So Max, what's the matter, baby? Seven of Cups. So what you're hoping for, I want to lay them all out. Opportunities, options, availability. What must be eliminated here, please? It's what must be taken into account? Eight of Air. Actions that need to be undertaken. Queen of Earth. Actions that need to be undertaken. Page of Earth. External guidance, please. Okay, what are you hoping for the rest of November? Opportunities, options. You got the Seven of Cups. Possibilities. What must be eliminated? You have the Empress and Justice. So this is interesting. I don't even know how to fucking interpret that. What must be taken into action? What must be taken into account? The Eight of Air. So your thoughts on something for sure. So I don't know if you're dismissing your thoughts and whatever this is for you. Actions to undertake. You got the Queen of Earth and the Page of Water. This is basically getting in tuned with who you are, your emotions, your abilities. External guidance, you have the Six of Wands as if it can be something extremely successful with the Death card and the Five of Fire. So I would definitely aim for success. This definitely feels like a rebirth more than anything. So I don't know if you're just like conflicted, but I don't know, because it's almost like the death of success or how you're looking at something, because this needs to be eliminated too. So this, which is the Empress and Justice, which is like the strangest message to me. So I really need to dig deep into this one, because the guidance in the what needs to be eliminated is something that you think you would look towards. But I almost feel like you need to be working within like darker energies here, competitive energies. Like almost like you need to be more competitive. It's almost like changing your perception. The Empress, it's just like the Emperor, the Empress, which is ironic because what must be eliminated, I saw the Emperor, but not in the sense of like getting rid of a masculine, in the sense of like letting go of control or something. The Empress, typically the negative side of her, Spirit almost wants you to use the negative side of her. So it is almost like the Persephone story in a sense of destruction, and why mortals can fear her. Spirit doesn't want you to be feared, though. In the competitive world, yeah, your competitors should fear you. Okay, so Spirit wants your competitors to fear you. That's interesting. It's like, because it's like a rally, controversy. So because like this is you guys almost like being unethical. But the ironic thing here, like that's like your demeanor being in tune. So like so this deck doesn't give us the negative side, which is great. But the Empress invites you to create and develop ideas, mind, passionate impulse, flamboyant youth, fertility, creativity, learning, seduction, desire, power, excitement, nature, elegance, abundance, harvest, beauty, blossoming, creative brilliance. I feel like the message is here is like, stop thinking you're going to be successful at something in order for you to succeed. That is an odd message. It's like you're tricking, you got to trick your brain or something here. Because this is knowing your worth, knowing how you create. It's almost like knowing that you're going to get this power back or something if you haven't tapped into it. Because I am being told to link it to like Persephone energy. Like she didn't figure out how to work with her darker energies, even though everybody knew she had them. So I don't know if this is Spirit wanting you to dabble with darker energy. Not in a destructive way, not in black magic, nothing like that. Let's just be clear there. but wants you to be destructive when you execute something. But like actions to undertake, it's still like being emotionally grounded. So emotionally grounding yourself in the midst of this too. Like you're being asked to do something pretty fucking big here. You're almost being asked to trick your mind as if you need to start something with thoughts of you being not successful at something. Because the thoughts of you being this person is probably holding you back. Like your fear is probably being successful. Because what to take into account here is the Eight of Air, which is, you know, typically like you can't get out of your own head. Like this would be the like complete opposite of what people would do in the midst of creating or doing something. This isn't like bad talk, like, oh, I'm going to suck at this, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's not what they want you to do. They just want you to look at it like maybe you think you're going to be successful and you're not, which can lead to success. Let me try to figure out what they're trying to say here. I don't know if like it's your presence, like you feel like you have to be a certain somebody, but I don't think so. I don't think that's what that's saying at all. I don't think that's an issue here. I think this is like a little bit of a heads up that you might be looked at as somebody that's unethical. Which is crazy because you're pretty fucking ethical when it comes to something here. So this is almost like a little bit of a warning too. Like people are not going to like you. But like that's a hater. Like who cares? They don't like you because look at who the fuck you are. Anybody would be jealous of that. Anyone. A sibling, a child, a friend, a family member, a lover, anybody could be a little jealous of that energy. And that's the truth. Like to me, it's like be authentic, be who you are. Because like this is that is who you are. You're gonna have a lot of hatred. And I got goosebumps. And it's almost like with me, I'm always using the example of the next channel. Like I'm highly aware that a lot of people are gonna fucking hate me. But I'm also highly aware that a lot of people are gonna be very appreciative for what I do next as well. Right? So it's you're gonna have a lot of fucking haters. You are very welcome. This is a very empowering read. It is. And you are linked to Persephone. You are linked to, but like this is So I don't know if this is like some type of resurrection that you're creating, you're causing, or you're about to. Because you're about to stir some shit up. Just kind of keep repeating the same thing in my head in the sense of like, because this is what needs to be eliminated. Like you are this person, but like this is what also needs to be temporarily, I believe. Or it does need to be eliminated. I think people are just going to see you for who you're not. Look at Max. He didn't even jump on the table. He's like, if I have the opportunity to sit on your lap, I'm just going to take it. Let's clarify. Because honestly, like, this is the crazy thing. Like, this is who you are. There's so much beauty and love and fairness and equality and reciprocity. Like, it's phenomenal. I'm trying to think like in a very mundane way. Is this like a woman you just want out of your life? Because she did you wrong? I don't see you taking action into your own hand, though, and I think that's... This isn't taking action into your own hand, so, like... Because this Empress is you guys. This Justice. It's the Libra and Taurus within you. It's beautiful. It's that Venus energy, like you got this. Got the Taurus right there too. Page of Water. All right, Max, you're gonna have to get down, baby. And Max, and it's because he's kneading on my pants, but like on my jeans. But they say when cats knead, when they do that, it's an exchange of energy. So let's see what this Seven of Cups is. Four of Fire. You're hoping for something stable. I don't know if it's like you want the opportunity to create stability, but this needs to be eliminated, so I can't add that into the equation. You need something solid. You're looking for something solid, something stable. So you're hoping like whatever's next brings you that security. Because there's something with options here, but not like in the sense like, oh, I hope I'm an option. Maybe if it's like for a job or something, but like, I don't think that's how too many people are going to interpret that. So, hoping you can take one of these 7 bundles of like, you're hoping something brings stability. I mean, I can't really look at it as anything else. Because if I try, that would be like leaving your options open, but that would be a relationship. I'm trying to bring the 3D into this, but like, just to give you just to incorporate different, I just heard knowledge. Let's just say you're definitely hoping for something solid pans out. What's this must be eliminated with the Empress? Maybe it's the Venus energy. Who's the goddess of Venus? Who's the goddess of Venus? Is it is it Aphrodite? Just Venus. Hello. I'm losing my mind. And I don't know if like, I remember this whole story. It is the hermaphrodite, like I said, but like Venus, and it just depends on your own beliefs here when it comes to mythology. Because a lot of them, it's like the same thing, right? But there's lots of gods associated with Venus, but I'm not sure what exactly I was looking for here. Because Aphrodite, one of the most beautiful goddesses. I almost forgot what I was looking into. Oh yeah, Venus, Aphrodite. So like, so maybe it's not the goddess of the 7 sisters. Maybe it's the 7 goddesses, or like you're linked to water gods. So the planets that rule water. All right, I can't even think. So that message was irrelevant in regards to the name of Venus or Aphrodite. I didn't even know we were going to be working with Greek mythology with this deck. Pretty interesting. Page of Fire, Messenger. But it's almost like turning your back or giving somebody the cold shoulder. Or is this a person with the Ace of Air that needs to be eliminated? Tell me about justice. I feel like in a sense too, we got the Devil with the Knight of Earth at the bottom of the deck. I think this Devil right this second might just be fear. But I think Spirit wants you to look at this as temptation, because that devil's face just changed. So if you're tempted by something, someone, you need to eliminate temptation. You need to eliminate anything that doesn't bring you stability. Because you hope for stability, right? It's just this. It's just something about it that you need. Like, you probably need all your 7 cups filled, and you're dealing with somebody that only fills 1 or 2. Okay, so you have to. It's almost like the high priestess energy. I don't know if you're being asked to be celibate. You're not being asked to be celibate, okay? But you also have to eliminate temptation, anything tempting. Like, could it be food? Could it be, right? But we're dealing with Venus here, so I mean, it can be any temptation, but something with sexual energy. But you're not asked to be celibate either, so this is interesting. Because they're asking you to cut out temptations. Stand within your power. Be firm about what you want. And if somebody's just offering you 1 cup or a page full, I would definitely holy shit, hold on. This is what needs to be illuminated. I was saying eliminated. No, this is eliminated. Holy shit. How do you spell eliminated? How do you spell illuminate? Okay, I just want to make sure that was with an E. I'd like to know where my brain is right this second. That's how deep into this reading I am. So to me, something needs to be illuminated here. You could just be dealing with a boy, and that person's got to go. They're tempting, but somebody needs to go bye-bye in the month of November. I want to say, like, is it karmic? You would think it's karmic just because you have the devil and Libra here, but like, it doesn't always mean it's karmic. Could just be bad for you. I mean, eventually it'd probably turn into a karmic situation, but so you might be dealing with a boy and they're tempting, but they gotta go. You're not somebody's mother, especially if somebody is like looking at you like that. You know what I mean? Like your mommy. Like, no, motherfucker, I'm not your mom. Go suck on somebody else's tit, because I'm not calling you fucking daddy. And you might be tempted to call someone daddy, but is it because it turns them on, or is it because it turns you on? So, like, okay. What you must take into consideration, and that's your thoughts. Typically, you would want to get rid of this Eight of Swords. Okay, but you got the Nine of Cups, so something does bring you happiness and contentment here. But you're looking at something as it's a no-go. I just heard like it needs to be adjacent, but this needs to be taken into account. Well, obviously your own happiness. So if somebody just has you all up in your head, I would buy no if, ands, ifs, buts, but they tempt me, but they're tempting. Who fucking cares? Because it's taking away from something else, and you certainly don't want a boy. I mean, this would be a boy toy, but you don't need a boy toy. You need something solid. So there is somebody here that needs to go. You do have somebody around you that looks at you as almost like a nurturer, but like you remind me of my mother. That's not a good thing, guys. Okay, especially if anyone's ever said that to you, like that's not a good thing, because they're looking to be nurtured. They're looking for you for guidance. They're looking for you to tell them what's right and wrong. Like, fuck that shit. And I don't know if you've been catering to that off and on because they're tempting. There's something about them that's like delectable. Is that a word? Delectable? I think I'm using two words here. Like deductible and delectable. Is delectable a word? It is. It can be used as food, or it could be used in a humorous situation. Delectable. But I'm saying delectable. Is delectable a word? It can't be. It keeps coming up with delectable. Okay. My brain is... where the fuck is my brain right now, guys? In the underworld. I was just told in the underworld. So don't be fucking around with boys that are adult men, because you have a boy coming towards you. You might also have a man coming towards you too. I don't know everybody's story, but there is something here where it's like tempting. And it's like, do I try to balance the scales? Fuck no, is what I'm being told. Your happiness matters. But I don't know if you think this person is your happiness, or like the temptation. I don't think the person is. I think the temptation is your happiness. Or you're confusing the temptation, thinking that's like your temporary happiness. Because Nine of Cups is just everyday contentment, guys, right? It's not like the end of the world, right? It's just like what you like to do on a daily basis, like drinking, hanging out, having coffee, sex, whatever it is for you, shopping. You know what I mean? Like it's an everyday something. I mean, come home having a glass of wine, or come home having a tea and watching TV. You know, Sex in the City. Yeah, see, there's something with sex here. That's what it is. It's the temptation. So maybe you guys have phenomenal sex. Or you think about having phenomenal sex. I don't know. But you got Return of the Mac is on the board, and I don't know who Mac is for you. But it's not Mac from Entrapment. I'd like that type of Mac in my life. I'll give you a little bit of Catherine if you give me a little bit of Mac. Can't think of his first name. So careful, because someone's going to tempt you probably through sex. Something sexual. But I wouldn't do it. It's like, it's just going to end in, it's something, it's going to be karmic. But I do think you have other energies here too, which is, if you're dealing with a couple different people, good luck there. You might think you're not, but all of a sudden you might. Especially if it's somebody from your past with Mercury here and it's like, oh, I remember, you know. It's like round 2, round 8. This person needs to be out of your story, because they look at you as like their mother. You're going to make everything right. Here, what titty do you want to suck on? They probably don't even know how to suck on your fucking nipple, right? Or maybe they do. Maybe they do. That's why it's tempting. Because it's, to me, this would be temporary fun. Only because it's the 8 of Swords and the 9 of Water. Others of you, there's a whole nother story here where I'm telling you, like, you think this is the wrong person for you and it's just temptation and they're the one. It'd probably be for very few people, but that storyline is here. But I don't know about you. I wouldn't want no Page of Fire. I feel like the Page of Fire couldn't even satisfy you through a text message. But this energy has the ability to satisfy you. Or you think they do. But like, or is this a situation where this is like you're left and it's like all up in your head? Which I'm thinking that's a possibility, but like, I don't quite think so, though. I don't think that's what it's saying, because I feel like you wouldn't have the Empress in that energy. That the Empress has already found balance. So the Empress is not all up in her head. So be careful, because this might be somebody who just wants to like have you look at them as if like they're a Turkish delight. And it's tempting. So but it is restrictive in a way, because they're attempting to restrict you, your thought process. They're trying to bypass something with your thought process. Do I think they're trying to devalue you? No, not necessarily. You're just as tempting. But I do feel like there's a sense of stability for somebody else in regards to you, but you can't be that person for this person, because you're a different person when it comes to humanity, like when it comes to who you represent, who you are, what you do here now today, not necessarily next week or next year. I've already showed you the picture, the 4 cards of who you already are. It's not a painted picture. It's who the fuck you are, right? And it's okay to just want a boy toy or a girl toy. But I just heard it's a chew toy. Like, do you want a fucking chew toy? Like, what? I don't even know how you would what a chew toy would be, but like spit them up and chew them out, or this somebody wants to spit you like. Nah, I think this is somebody. This is somebody that looks at you as like a mother. It can't be a thing, guys. It is who you are, but it can't. You can't be that person to somebody else. You could be somebody's like comfort and serenity, but like you can't be you can't be this person's mother. Somebody wants to be coddled, and you can't. The universe is not going to allow you to be that person. I don't think you would be that person anyway. But this is like, hey, heads up. We don't want you to get intertwined with this. We don't want you to get caught up in this temptation. That's what this is. Because I'm telling you right now, you can get caught up in this temptation. And it is the temptation that would even keep you around. Because it's that one sense of satisfaction that you could look forward to. So again, they're not saying to be celibate here. They're just, be more judgmental on who you choose to swap your fluids with. Because there's a lot of fluid energy here. Believe it or not. About the Queen of Earth. This is what, like, actions to undertake. So again, it is being kind of emotionally available, emotionally grounded. You got the Fool. You're about to have a new start. And it's a spiritual start. It's a beautiful vibration. You're about to reach for the stars. I don't think this is you being fooled. You're on a new spiritual journey. It is a new beginning. They want you emotionally grounded right now. I just feel like this Page of Cups has to do with emotionally being grounded. It also has to do with like your gut, your feelings, your intuition, how you feel about something, how you feel about yourself. I think you're pretty secure with who you are, with the energies that are coming out. Tell me about this Page of Water. Or this could be somebody else looking at you. I'm not sure. But you would be an Empress and a Queen, and you'd be dealing with a Page. So, again, I don't know. No, hell no. You got, this is hell yeah, but like in the sense of like, now you have the Magician. I don't know who the fuck you are, but like, you are somebody, whether this is your character, your personality, your demeanor, your presence, like it's powerful. Like you are manifesting, you are on a new journey. This is a new beginning for you. And I just showed you the other 4 cards alone is empowering. Now you get to add the Fool and the Magician to this energy. I'd love to see what you're creating. And it could just absolutely be a whole new mindset. It's the way you speak to the gods. It's the way you feel the breeze. How you pick up sand, how you sift through things. Like you need to start manifesting. You need to start this journey. Okay. For guidance, you have the 6 of Fire, the Death card, and the 5 of Fire. You are transforming this 5 of Fire, first of all. Anything that was conflictive is being transformed, transmuted. There is success, there is harmony, there is things coming your way. And you got the Page of Air. What a beautiful card. Communication. For some of you, this could possibly be a headhunter. I don't know why they would come in as a page. But the Page of Air is about communication. It is a start. But I feel like this Page of Air is, I don't think it's you though. That's what's throwing me off. It is another energy. You could be being watched. I think this is just, could just be a 3D stalker. I mean, a lot of people like, you could think this is just like a friend, somebody you know, so you wouldn't look at them as a stalker. No, they're still stalking you because they're watching you. They're hawking you. And the Six of Wands also represents social media. Okay. So any social media platform. But you're being guided, so I wouldn't worry about it. But I just think this is odd that this message, this person is coming out with your Six of Wands. So like the person watching you, maybe it's representing like this person's going to be in your life. Because it's almost like they're in the Five of Cups energy. This is somebody who's watching you. I also think it's somebody who's proud of you, though, at the same time. But this person might need to step their game up. They might feel bad or guilty about something. Maybe lack of communication. They feel bad that they're not talking. But that would be their choice. Because right now they're just watching. They're waiting too. I don't know what they're waiting for. Because the Empress isn't going to respond to nothing. So this is definitely somebody else that's watching you. I don't think it's the best energy, though. For some of you, it could be, you know, I do think this is a good person. So maybe you thought something would go somewhere with someone and it didn't. And then somebody else comes in and it's like, all right, let's play. But your person is the one that's not really talking. If this person's supposed to be in your life. Well, they're going to start talking. No, it's not. They're going to start talking because this isn't about not talking. But this is a communication card, but it's a stalker. It's not a talker. Get where I'm going with that? So I'm just trying to put this into 3D form for you. That's why I feel like there's lack of communication here because, again, it's a stalker, not a talker. I feel like this is somebody who's been watching you and following you for years on social media. Not even YouTube, Facebook, whatever platform you have, it's something. Even if it's Twitter, that's not the one I'm thinking of though. It's what's that one where you can upload your work history applications when you're looking for a job? Whatever website that is, like they could be, checking every couple months. So you might have a headhunter here too, but like, it's just somebody who's like, it doesn't have to be YouTube in the sense of a platform, guys. It's just social media in general. LinkedIn. Yeah, LinkedIn. Right? So it's like, I don't know. I don't know why they're not saying anything to you, but they got regret. They got some regret. And I do think this is a good person. So I do think there's somebody coming into your life. And I think you need to hold off, because I think before this person comes in, somebody else might possibly step in and tempt you. It could have already happened for some of you, and if that's the case, this might be even more confusing, especially if, like, in the last 2 months you were dealing with 2 people. That would put you in a more confusing situation, because at that point it's like, who is who? I don't think you would know. So you do have somebody wants to come in and resurrect something, guys. Is it because of jealousy? Possibly, if it's linked to this. But if this is linked to the same person, it's just some type of external conflict. What is this Death card? 8 of Cups. So this is probably somebody you walked away from. Or something they walked away from. Or it's the way they walked away from you when something could have been successful. This is somebody else's thought process here, guys. So, what is this 5 of Wands? Because this is their conflict, not yours. But your guidance as of right now is careful who attempts to tempt you. Judgment at the bottom of the deck, because this is somebody who wants to come back in. So it's the King of Earth, somebody that's more definitely kind of like laid back, a little slow to pursue. That's for sure. You're dealing with Earth. And it's somebody who walked away from you knowing that it could probably have been successful at one point between the two of you. So this is somebody that does want to come back around. I do feel like this person is a good person. They are solid. They could be linked to this 4 of Fire. And that's what the Empress definitely deserves. But you're also in the midst of manifesting and creating, and just your life is busy. So maybe, anything tempting right now, you would take. Because of the chaos in your life, basically, is what I'm being told, that you would take tempting. So this is an important reading, because in the sense of, like, there is somebody, you do got 2 people here. There is somebody here that is definitely not good for you. But they sure as fuck are tempting and satisfying, even if it's for one night. But there's no longevity there. And then there's another situation that has longevity, but it's almost like you don't see it. And it's either because it hasn't been presented. And if it was presented, you're just back to, like, there's nothing there because of their lack. And they're feeling their own lack. So that's a good thing. Because you're not feeling any lack right now. You could be feeling lack, but not in the sense of, like, this energy, right? So it's almost like that energy of, like, taking life a little more serious. But, I mean, I think you do anyway. But even when it comes to your temptations, I think you need to keep your temptations in check. Because there's something about this one energy that's about to roll around that is extremely tempting. And if you have more than one option and they come in rolling around the same time, good. I really do wish you luck there. You're on your own there. Gotta use your gut. That's a tough one if this is your story. Because I really feel like you're not going to know who's who. But here's the deal. you don't necessarily need to know who's who. You need to know what's best for you in the moment when this comes in. I feel like something that is less tempting is probably the right person, to be honest with you, because it's more meaningful. There's something more meaningful happening or going on, if that makes sense. So don't be tempted. It's just funny because typically the Empress does the right thing, whether it's temptation or not. But if she wants to play, she's going to play. It's tempting. And this doesn't even have to be like sexual. This could be like, do I go out? Do I not? You know what I mean? But like in all reality, you do need something solid. You would like something solid. Some type of security, especially with the Queen of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. You're not even asking for like full-term security. You're just any type of security. Like it's that little bit of, it's the safety factor. You know, feeling safe with somebody or whatever the case may be. But I kind of feel like there's somebody where you feel more safe with, but it's actually the other person that's better for you. So it's something with your thought process and what you've already experienced in life with certain situations. But I mean, I will tell you, besides this person, because this person on the board, these people, whoever they are, seem to be like the main player, the character. They're not. Okay, like somebody is relevant here, but what's more relevant is who you are and what you do next and how you present yourself and being true to yourself. And I'm not saying you're not true to yourself when you're tempted, because that is still being true to yourself. It's your own needs, right? And it's not really being selfish if somebody else is looking at something the same way. You know, you're both being fed. So this is kind of, it's definitely a unique read, for sure. And again, it might not even be sexual. Yeah, you think I would see way more sexual energy than this, but the sexual energy is more or less being channeled here through whatever this is. It's a given for some of you. This is definitely sexual relations. It's just a given. Okay. So maybe I want to say your hormones are all out of whack, but they're not. You're the Empress and the Queen of Earth with Libra here. Like you are balanced and you are grounded. So again, be careful with who you engage with, especially if it's just temptation, because it's not going to go nowhere. And Spirit doesn't want you to get caught up. And I don't think you're even getting caught up in your head anymore. So you think to yourself, all right, I'm safe. But you might not be safe. You're not in danger. But like, you're still playing with the devil. And I don't blame you guys. It's fun to play with the devil sometimes. Some of my best memories were playing with the fucking damn devil. Okay? But it's also a different type of intimacy. And not in the sense of like nature or style, not like that. Like, it's just the devil. Everyone likes playing with the devil. Once in a while. At some point in your life. It sounded weird when I said everybody likes playing with the devil, but you guys know what I mean. Like, we've all played with the devil. We've all dabbled with the devil quite a few times. Let's not be unrealistic here. So again, it could, your own addictions. Like, you get where I'm going with this? So you are grounded. You are solid. You are in alignment. You are absolutely hands down in alignment with somebody. But I think you're thinking it's going to be somebody else, because this looks like an alignment and this does not. But I feel like this is probably a better choice than this, believe it or not. And it's not about like leaving the scene and then like being all up in your head. Like, I think you've already situated that aspect of yourself and you're no longer in that energy. Now it's just like, now you're in your 9 of Cups. It's basically, it's just your everyday contentment. You know what I mean? But don't be tempted with everyday contentment because there's no longevity there.
Already.
Perfect.
There's still time.
We have, what time are we leaving here?
Like 12:30, like 15 minutes.
Okay. So, is that all? That makes sense, guys? And for those who have fear when it comes to actually being like successful, or like it's going to take you in another direction, got to switch your mindset up when it comes to that too. It's almost like the opposite, like, hey, you might fail at it, versus like, oh, I know this is going to be successful, so that's what's holding me back. So you might just need to trick your brain there, because there's something pretty proficient here, not proficient, pretty, I just said exclusive, pretty profound within this energy. Let me just show you who you are right this second. I just heard balls to the wall. I think some of you should honestly screenshot this, because it really is truly profound. Your vibration is being raised as well, so be careful with that temptation that's going to roll in. And again, it doesn't even have to be in a sexual manner. It could just, whatever whatever temptation is for you. But it does look more of a sexual manner, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could just be things you're battling. And everybody battles different things, right? So, all right, y'all. I love you. I hope you have a great day. Have a great rest of November.
Bye, guys.
The rest of November, Mia says bye. But the rest of November, I mean, look at that. Look at who you are. So I do think you need to reevaluate and reprioritize some things. And don't look at something as temporary. They want you to look at things for the rest of November as more on a serious note. It's like building blocks versus temporary. Because building blocks, you're building your own foundation, and it's almost like it's already built, but like there's something else. It's pretty amazing though. This energy looks like they're having just as much fun, and it seems to be a lot more solid. So I would stay away. I'd be very vigilant when it comes to temptation. Okay. All right. I love you guys. Hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And I'll see you mañana. Bye.
Oh my God, I knew I had a bruise, but I could never see it because it's like yellow from falling on the stairs.
Yeah.